What is up, everybody? How we living on this Monday?
Pretty good, pretty
Morning.
good. How are you guys?
Doing good. Morning.
Morning.
Morning, Trevor.
Morning, Miss Corey. We got new faces on here. I love it.
Morning.
Morning. We definitely got Summer's here. It was 34 degrees here this morning when I got up. That was wild. So
Where are you at?
I'm sorry.
we're in Tetons in Idaho, and
Nice.
the weather's been bipolar, so it's been a little wild. All right, we're finishing getting everybody in here. Everybody have a good weekend?
Sure did.
Nice.
Riding solo over here while my wife's at the beach with her family.
That's why you get the big bucks, buddy. That's why you get the big bucks.
I had a guy want me to call him yesterday, and I called him, and about that time, my 3-year-old decided she wanted cheese out of the fridge and wouldn't stop screaming. I was walking around the house, she was following me, and I had to go outside and get in the van in 200 degrees and shut the door and be able to talk to him. I was like, oh my gosh. It was good though. I have an appointment today.
Yeah, funny how that works, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always but it was hot here. I mean, it's gonna be 90 degrees here by the end of the week again, but that was Denver last week. With the weather, it was crazy. We almost didn't land in Denver. I mean, I got deplaned once. And then so it was cold that evening. Next day was nice. The day we left, it was 100 degrees in Denver. So yeah, so just that time of year with the kind of nutso, but I could be in Texas with a bunch of you just sweat my butt off. So awesome. I was letting Mel get the big guy out because he was being a pain. All right. Well, I want to start off with some introductions because we got some new peeps on here. We got 2 cams now, so we're gonna have to go Cam and Cameron. Just like Allison, there's a lot of Allisons around, so give us a little patience, a little grace, on where they are, and I'm gonna kind of call on them on a few new people here to introduce themselves. I'm gonna pick on Cam Allen first. Cam has a wild backstory, and but he's getting going here. What's up, buddy? Just kind of
What's up,
introduce yourself
man?
to everybody at where you're at.
I am starting my live mentoring today, and then just still trying to figure out all the platforms, get through everything. Just started going through the Summers Agency website.
Where in the country
Yeah,
are you?
I'm in Florida right now.
Yep, and tell everybody what you do for fun.
It's part fun, part work, but I am a professional skydiver and base jumper.
Awesome.
And if it flies, I'm into it. So wingsuiting, paragliding, all of it.
He is does not qualify for life insurance. So remember that crazy question we got to ask everybody, and you'll get it as you start doing it, Cam. When you're going through the policies, that you're going to ask a question in the last year or two, or do you plan to skydive, base jump, heliski, canyoning, any of that stuff? And if you say yes, sometimes they'll approve you, but most of the time they just say no. So it's but I figure everybody get a kick out of that there.
Thanks for the welcome, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to have you here. And on the other side, literal other side of the country, I have Miss Cameron. If you see Caitlin on the leaderboards, that's her legal name, but she goes by Cameron, kind of like with TJ, who we're stuck with. So, Miss Cameron, please kind of introduce yourself to everyone. Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Now we can. There we go.
Okay. I forget there's a microphone here. I was on the call last week, but I'm Cameron. Yeah, you'll see my legal name pop up as Caitlin because I haven't gotten it changed yet, but I go by Cameron. I'm not like I'm very understanding about it because I understand it's wonky and it's weird. But I'm in Minnesota sweating my skin off for the last 2 days up here. It's been awful. But hey, y'all.
Nice. And glad to have you. We got Mr. Corey on his first call here. Mr. Corey and I have very similar backgrounds. It's kind of creepy almost, actually. So I'll let you introduce yourself, sir.
So similar to Trevor, I own a landscaping and remodeling company. I'm out here in Austin, Texas. And in addition, I'm a real estate agent. So I'm going to try to tie the two in together, all the houses that I sell once I put a homeowner in a new house, talk to them about some different products. So hopefully that ties in pretty good. But yeah, I'm brand new. I was just approved last week. And so similar to Cameron, I'm just going through all the training and, you know, I like the platform. So yeah, I'm excited.
Nice. Yeah, that's we know Miss Shea passed her state exam. Let's go, Miss Shea. So she can officially get onboarded now. Did they get
And
did you get your NPN yet, or are they still waiting on that?
I got my fingerprints done, but I'm still waiting on like everything else. So kind of
Yep.
also I apologize if y'all hear any of the crazy noise going on outside. I think they're mowing outside and I can only assume the poor puppy is having a moment. And then I've got some maintenance going on as well in the background. So
Nice. Well, I see a few other fresh new faces here. I see Samantha and Tracy. I see a Zoom user. I don't even know who the Zoom user is. So, but we're glad to have everybody, and we're gonna get rocking and rolling and kind of get into today's call. We're gonna rock some leaderboards first here, real quick. All right, we're going to talk about momentum today, and kind of, how that works, how it applies, why it's important, and what you got to look at there, and we'll kind of get rocking and rolling from there. All right, last week, had a solid week. Shout out Miss Anna, Mr. Keith get it done. Allie with her first solo sale, all by herself. We'll talk about that in a little bit. That was super cool. Miss M is where is Emma? Where is she? Where is that one? I can't pick
I'm
up.
here.
Are you here? Where are you hiding? Oh, there you are. All right. We got enough people on my screen. I couldn't find you. That's a good thing. So nice. So Miss M gave me a run for my money last week. I just snuck it in on her. Just edged her out, but she got me on app. So for those who are unaware, we do have a contest going here for the end of the month. It is very, very up for grabs on two of the places. And one's not out of reach, but we have a $750 league credit for first net place, 500 for second, 250 for third. And absolutely not, Keith. Nope. But I will tell you this. It is very live and it is very active for most of you. If it's your first day, probably not so much, right? Unless you got a big warm market, you're gonna go write 15 apps this week. But it's very, very live for everyone. I'm super excited because it's net place, right? It's not APV, right? Because APV is cool, like it's a nice number, but we care about what we place, right? So for those who are wondering, right, like it's about how much actually gets approved and goes through. But yeah, we had a bunch of apps last week. And the irony of this is we see Emily's DCAs last week, and at one point she texted me and said, I can't set appointments anymore. I would like you to see how many appointments she set last week, right? Do we all see that number? What's the number? It says 19. She set 19 appointments and she texted me she couldn't set appointments, right? Sometimes we got to give ourselves a little grace. Great work out of Miller, Miss Dela, KB, and Seta, right? Like really getting after it and working on it. Because the activity will get you there. And we're going to talk about that with momentum today. And listen, some people you'll see, they'll start and they get going, but it's all about time and what you're putting in there and how it's going. But I'm super excited. This is, last week of the quarter, last week of the month. So remember, for everybody new, Symmetry Places, Saturday at 12:01 a.m. to Friday at midnight at 11:59. Okay. So that's how we cycle for APV and promotions. However, the carriers don't care. The carriers run calendar months. They run from the first to the last day of the month. So we actually have till the last day of the month, till the 30th next Monday. If it goes in, it will count towards your net placed for this month. Super excited for building last week. I want to get Miss KB here, and Keith and Allison talk a little bit about their interviews. How's it going? How we feeling there, Miss Blankenship?
I'm definitely feeling good. This is my second month in this part of the world, and I have 4 people that are currently in pre-licensing training. My first one's getting ready to take her test Wednesday. My guy that officially recruited last Monday, he got enrolled Friday afternoon, and he texted me yesterday. He's like, "Do I need to wait to schedule my test?" And I'm like, well, let's just see how long it takes to once it's scheduled. If it's a day or two, wait until you get to where you're practicing the exam. If it's like a few weeks out, then we'll talk about it. But he's ready to go. So it is exciting. I'm looking forward to having them come on board and be able to start mentoring them in their agents side of things. So yeah, it's momentum. It's just like with our leads, you call, I have the
I just said I'm doing.
the spreadsheet that was provided to us in our Google Docs. I'm tracking all of my applicants in there now from the beginning and reaching out to people that didn't necessarily apply or set up interviews just to see. So I'm getting resolution. So it is very much just like our production. You have to treat it the same. You have to nurture the same and work at it.
For
So
sure.
yes, I thank Tess for that, because like her spreadsheet gave me the start, and then I did a master list, and then I built that out. So like what she created, I needed somebody to do so that I could then work at it. So I did spend a whole day last week doing that, and it felt really great. So thank you.
How many people here want to see Eric have an alarm go off and slide down the pole? Right? Like I want to see it. I want to see the pole, man. Like if you have one and you don't use it and you have to go, like I'll be super disappointed. So
I really wish we did have a poll, but unfortunately we do not.
all good. So would be a lot cooler if they did though, right? Like if they had the old school there, we got to see it. So awesome. Mr. Boutwell mentioned he is flying solo right now. Got a couple of the kids with him. They're kind of divide and conquer. How's you got some new agents on there? How you feeling, sir?
Yeah, well, it's a lot quieter in the house today. I took the littles to school this morning, but it's nice to have people on the Boutwell bus, so to speak. Trevor and I talked about that yesterday. Like Eric, he's here. He's coming to the weekly script deals with Kristen and Sandra on that and all the ones that are in there. It's really cool to see. And then Cody is here as well. He's at work at his car dealership today. But he and I've been talking to both of these guys a lot. And then I have somebody else in that signed up with Symmetry that I have not heard a peep from him. I have not heard a peep from him. Nothing, not a word. So I don't. It just goes to show that I may reach out. I don't know, but I'm not here to hold hands, kind of like you've told us before. So it's nice to have people.
Commitment potential, right?
Yeah, it's nice to have people on your team that are wanting to learn and willing to learn. And we have one that should be approved this week, Tracy. You and I spoke with her. She's really motivated.
I think Tracy's on here.
Is she?
I think she's hiding off screen.
Well, if she is, she's super eager to get started, and I'm really excited for her. Oh yeah, she is on here. Camera's off. So yeah, it's just exciting to see people get involved that have joined. So
Yeah, listen again, what we're going to talk a little bit about today. So when you see these numbers, what's an RTW? A ready to write means you got onboarded with Symmetry, you're ready to go, you got access to HQ, Opt, Sure LC, kind of all that fun stuff. And then we track there, who becomes a new writer, right? We're gonna talk about that. As an agency, we did 15,103 last week. We did 18 apps. That was, very nice week. And I'm excited to see where everybody's going and moving forward here. Seda is going for the record of how many times she's going to try to get into this call today. It's over a dozen now. So because we have the waiting room, right? Like she keeps jumping in and I keep seeing it. So I got to pick on her a little bit. For those that don't know, Seta is my sister-in-law, so I am allowed to do that. She is also though has the ability to very much kick my butt. She is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I would never mess with her. So that is yeah. Your brother's so nice though, right? Seth scares me a little bit. So but let's talk about that. New writers, right? I'm super excited. I don't know if is Brenda still on here? Brenda's still on here. Eric getting it done. Mr. Cam, Cody, Miss Cameron, right? You're official, right? Like this is the first step in, showing your belief. Brenda's was, and we'll talk about this, was one of them was her first solo sale as well, right? She got on and not only took an app out on herself, but did that. And why do we do that, right? Where is Allie? Is Allie here? Allie. Ingram.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I was still on the phone.
Uh-huh. Oh, you'll be on hold forever. All right. So as we have learned in the signature process, right? I'm gonna pick on Miss Emily here, right? Is there on both of you, do you understand why it's so helpful to understand what the client's going to see when they're trying to sign an application?
Yes, definitely. Because oh my God, yesterday, my client was like, "Oh yeah, these boxes are blue, but this one's yellow," and when I click it, it does nothing. I called Trevor and I was like, "Oh my God, what do I do?" And then I actually found the guide father it's in the handbook. We have a sales training. So I found that. So okay, do you see this? He's like, yes. You see this and this, and I was just walking him through it with that. So thank God for that.
Yeah, so we'll go over that. There's some tools for it, but again, we're not writing, that on herself, but it's also because Miss Brenda had that available, she had the ability to get that done. So, and literally that she paid for her ticket to Denver. She lives in Denver, so we expect to, I expect we're going to see Miss Brenda there. It's she's got pretty easy. She doesn't have to go very far. But yeah, right. Like, and same, what did, what did I see it earlier? What did Cody call it? He calls it, did you call it the snake pit, right? Like, how many of us have had that job before where we're like, you just, at some point in your career, like, you were just like, this place is so toxic, and the last thing I want to do is go into that place. I mean, I had in my career, right? Like, I definitely had like, hey, in my corporate days, when I was in my 20s and 30s traveling all the time, like, oh, this place is terrible. I'd rather pretty much rather do anything on earth than like come to this place. So, but let's talk about solo sales, right? This is something like makes me super happy, right? Miss Allie got her first solo sale. I want you to tell everybody about what you had to do because yours is super unique.
Yeah, so I started the application or the whole process here at home over the phone. There was a little bit of miscommunication. I did not realize that he did not have a laptop or anything to receive a link. He had a flip phone, so I actually had to get with him and figure out a time to meet in person so that we could finish the process of signing and all of that. So that was a cool experience, being able to actually meet him in person and finish up the application.
I love it. I'm super excited. And Miss Tina's at her day job. She's trying to fire the boss, but she had her first one as well. Super excited for her. She actually had a couple. Oh, she can unmute.
Yes, I can.
She's sneaking on. I love it. Breaking the law. So
So yeah, I was able to help a family friend of ours. She was super worried about, leaving all of her final expenses to the ones that she loves. And so I was so happy to be able to help her and get that in place for her and give her a peace of mind. And then I was also able to help my son this weekend get insurance. He didn't have anything, and I was able to see how the LGA instant decision process works, and it was super easy. And yeah, I got him covered and taken care of. So it was a good weekend.
as a mom, that's got to be a feel pretty good, right? Knowing like, hey, he's protected.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
right?
with
Like,
with that living benefit, because his job, I mean, we're not guaranteed anything, he could get hurt at his job and need that benefit. So the fact that they offer it was awesome.
yeah, I mean, I had a gentleman I talked to end of last year. Gave me the whole I'm in my early 50s. I'm in incredible health. I'm like I work out every day. Like he was that guy that nothing could go wrong. Ended up having a stroke. Reached back out and was like, "Hey, I want to get coverage." Like I can't, right? I can't get you full coverage now. Like no, there's no one on earth that's giving you a full mortgage payoff when you had a stroke. I mean, we can get him coverage, thankfully, but like it's just one of those things, that it does matter on how that goes. And I don't know if Miss Brenda is in a spot to unmute here. But she was super oh, she is. She was super excited.
Yes, so he was one of my dials, and we were gonna get him mortgage protection. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cold, but he had probation, so I couldn't get him approved for the mortgage protection. So Trevor helped me, and he told me to just go with Omaha, and I set the appointment and wrote it for him, and we got him insured.
Yeah, so right, unfortunately, if you're on probation, none of the
Yeah.
carriers are gonna work with you, but we can get them an accidental policy, right? And we all have stuff, but she was still able to like get some protection there in case things happen, right? If you're unsure how quickly accidents happen, just be in office hours and listens to the stories, right? I mean, the last year alone, like I literally lost one of my best friends who was in his 40s to cancer. Um, Literally lived in Houston, postal worker, like he was in our wedding, like that close a friend, like got cancer, passed away. I had other high school friends, him and his wife were driving out on a date in Southern California. Thankfully, the kids weren't in the car. Somebody ran them off the road. They both passed. I had another high school friend I grew up with that was in a very nice area of LA, and two old dudes got in a gunfight with each two 6-year-old dudes got in a gunfight with each other in Marina Del Rey, California. It's a very nice area of Los Angeles. And Dom caught a stray bullet, left 3 boys, right? We just don't know, right? Like you just don't know. And that's just me, right? Now multiply that across the thousands of agents at this company, right? Like we're just not promised tomorrow. So, when you're talking to them, just understand it's there. And that, even if we can do something like that, it's, something's better than nothing because you don't know what's going to happen. And again, it can change it pretty quick, right? Nobody really thinks like it's going to happen, right? Like, yeah, there you go, right? Cody sharing a story, right? Like his dad passed away in January, right? Like we just don't know. Like we're not promised tomorrow, right? We live in a crazy world. There is way more things going on. And so, those are things we want to look at. Now let's talk about fun stuff. Slingshot, right? What is slingshot? You're going to hear the term slingshot, right? So normal placement up is at levels up to 115. You can move up in 2 months, right? If you net place 2,500 over 2 months, you'll go to 85. 5 over 2, 90, 10 over there. Or you can place this in a month, right? Miss Sandra, Miss Emily both hit their 80 to 85 last month going up. And so, right, you got to write, if it's a 4-week turn in, you got to write in 3 of the 4 weeks, right? If it's a 5-week turn in, you got to write 4 of the 5 weeks. But if you place 5, you can go to 85, 75, get you to 90, right? If you have any questions on that about where you're at or what you're doing, or if you're going to get there, don't hesitate to ask. That's kind of there. I'm going to skip through that because I didn't update that here. For all our new agents, right? Take advantage of all the trainings in school. If you miss a call, you're able to go back and watch them there. That's super important. So we want to look at that. And, I want to talk about momentum today. I'm going to ask some weird questions, but I want you all to think about this because this is something we struggle with when we're trying to go after something. But example, right? If I asked you to go walk 1 mile right now, okay? Everybody on this call, I said, hey, let's go take our phones out. We're going to do a Zoom. We're going to walk 1 mile. But instead of walking, right, normal, you take a step and then you stop. And then you take a step and then you stop. And then you take a step and you stop. How long would it take you to walk a mile? Right? Probably a long time, correct? Well, that's how momentum works in this business. Okay. Right. Momentum is the same way. Right. And when you go make dials one day, but you don't make them the next, when you follow up with clients one day, but you don't follow up with the next, right? When you talk to, when you do some interviews one day, but you don't do them committed the rest of the days you committed to, you're doing that same thing, right? Like you're putting that momentum at stop. You're not building your momentum as it goes, right? Like just whether like I have agents tell me all the time, oh, I was going really good, but then I took this time off and now I'm like struggling to get going dialing again because you lost that momentum, right? You lost it as you're going through, as it's going forward, and you got to have that going, right? Like, has anybody here ever like trained to do like something with a lot of endurance? Right? Like, have you ever done anything with a lot of endurance before? Right? Like, I used to go and I would actually go, I wrestled in high school to drop weight from football for baseball season because I was really good at football and baseball. And I liked wrestling, but wrestling was literally to like get me like drop the weight I needed to put on for football. So I was in better shape for there. And right. And we go run 3 to 5 miles to warm up. Like that was a warm up, right? Like you just had to go run just to run. Right. But yeah, right. Like it's that way in business. Right. And then all of a sudden we decide that it's not. Okay. And one of the things you have to really stop doing is, right, if you're trying to run a marathon and you're at, right, mile 5 in the race and you took off real fast, right? You come in, you start, you're like, this is going great, right? And you take off, right? And you're excited, but your pace is too quick and you're running too hard, right? What would happen? Right? You're going to crash out, right? Because you didn't set a good pace out of the gate. It's the same way with this business. Okay. You have to set a good pace out of the gate, right? But you also need to set a pace, right? And a lot of people say they want to run a 6-minute mile, right? But you put the work in to run a 15-minute mile. and then you're frustrated when they don't match. Okay. Like you have to have those matches as we go along. And it's really important. But you also have to stop, right? Thinking that you're at mile 20 of a marathon when you're at mile 2. Right? Like how far we have to go. What are you looking to do? Where are you looking to take that forward with? And I think that's a really big thing we need to focus on more, right? Like having a specific destination, okay? Even when it's hard, right? Like even when it's hard, knowing what that destination is. Whether you're here and you're like, hey, if I could just make a couple extra grand a month, that would be awesome. Or you're here like Dela, you're here like Eric, you're here, like Brett, like a bunch of people that Tina, right, that want to fire their boss, right? Like, hey, I don't want to have a boss anymore, right? Like, but you're coming in saying, right, like, I should have this endurance skill set when you're just learning how to run, right? Like, think about like that. So why do we put that pressure on ourselves? Right? Why do we decide that we should magically have this thing when we're just at the beginning of the race? Okay. Again, I really want to stress this, and I really want you to think about this. Okay. Lawyers go to school for like 6 to 7 years. Doctors go to school with their residency between 8 and 13. Okay. If you put in 5 to 6 years here of your head down and really go after this, you will radically change you and your family's life forever. And you will make more money than a doctor makes. You will make more money than a lawyer makes because you chased growth, right? Because we chased that growth side of things, right? Instead of just chasing the quick, easy rewards, right? We come in and we want these quick, easy rewards, but it's not there, right? Like, I have people come to me all the time now, right? Oh, hey, look at what you're doing. I'm like, you see what right now? You see what I was doing in November, in December. That's what you see right now, right? What you're seeing out of Emily right now is because of what she did 4 months ago when she started, right? You're starting to see the results of her putting that in, right? Like, you're starting to be there, right? Like, how are you going to get there without doing that? And again, I don't care what your goals are, but winners win, and you have to achieve those goals. Okay. If it's, I need to make 5K this month, are you going to put in the work to get there? Right? Are you going to keep that momentum going? Right? But I see it all the time. People come to me and I'm like, hey, can we look at it? Is it a mechanical problem? Is it, not a mechanical problem is what I really try to look at. And a mechanical is, do your activities match what you say you want your results are? Right? I get people that I had a guy come to me last month or month before, I don't remember which one it was. He told me he wants to work 3 to 5 hours a month and make 80 grand a year. And I said, me too. Sign me up. Like, join it, like, right? Like, who does it? Like, right? Can we all agree we would love to work 3 to 5 hours a month and make, right, 80K a year? Right? Like, come on. Like, those are lottery tickets, right? Go buy lottery tickets. That's not realistic. Like, come on. Right? But if you go work 30, 40, 50 hours a week here, you can radically change you and your family's life. Like, radically change it if you don't give up. Right? Here's the real attrition rate here. Okay. We know that it's 8% of people are willing to not give up based on who comes through here, because we make excuses and we don't let that momentum build. Right? Like, Anna, you've been here, gosh, what, 4 years now? Right? 4 years, right? How many people have you seen come in, start like this, and then they fizzle out because they have a bunch of momentum, but then they stop it and they never pick it back up again?
A lot.
Probably more than you
Wow.
can name, right?
Yes.
Right? Like, more than you could probably even remember or like think of, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are not here now that were here when I started. So, yeah.
And what, 4 years in now for you, what would you say has allowed you to like keep going? Like, what is it, like, eyes on the prize?
Determination. For me, it's determination. I am determined to win. I refuse to fail. So I do whatever I have to do to meet my goals and to make it to where I want to go. My kids are depending on it. I started this to build a legacy for my kids and my grandkids, and I'm not going to stop until I do that. It's mindset.
100%, right? Like, you have to have that side of things in order to make it. And listen, everybody wants public adoration. Very few are willing to have private discipline, right? And here's the next reality. If you don't figure out how to make it to conference, you're probably not going to make it here. That we just know the math, right? Symmetry is a big enough company. It has been around 15 years now. They have millions of points of data, right? To say, hey, if you're not willing to invest in yourself and get to conference and figure out how to get to conference, you're not going to make it here. That's just the reality. And I am proof that getting to one and what it will do will radically change your life. Right? Guys, last year was my first conference. I'm literally teaching at this year's conference. Right? Because here's the cool thing about meritocracy. Okay. Right? Results win here. Right? Results win. Like your effort wins. And just so everybody knows, and I don't hide this, everybody sees everything up. Everybody above whoever is above you, all the way to the top. And let me be very aware. They are acutely aware of what everybody in this company is doing. They watch the numbers. It's how this company is scaling that way. It's how we have all the points of data that we have. But people see it, right? But it's the momentum of that going, right? Like if I would have taken last July and August and decided not to go to those events and just said, hey, I'm going to go back to doing what I was doing, right? And just said, screw it, right? All that stuff's gone. We don't care anymore. Let's just move on, right? Instead of keeping that momentum, it wouldn't be here. So you have to like keep that going like down the road, but also set realistic expectations. Look, if you haven't made 5K in a week, right? Don't have your goal be 5K in a week, right? If it make it 1,000, because as you get those wins, that's what's going to build your momentum forward. Like, okay, hey, I know I can do it. If you haven't set 10-point appointments in a week, let's make your goal 7, right? Like make your goal achievable that week, right? And then hold yourself accountable to it, right? There's a bunch of people here that send me accountability texts every day, right? That they say, hey, at the end of the day, I don't have to chase them. I don't have to find them. Here's what I did today. And they're not doing it for me. They're doing it for themselves, right? That's how they hold themselves accountable. That's what I do to my mentors. My mentors know where I'm at. Hey, what I'm doing. Here's where I'm going, right? Like these are like, this is what I'm going after. They know our numbers because you also can't get there if you're not building that through there. Absolutely, Eric, great book. Atomic Habits, top 5 all time for me book, because it's the little triggers that get you to the big triggers, right? It's those little things that get us across. And so, like, that is super duper important, right? Like, say, Miss Walnetta, right? Like, I want you to talk about, right, the DFL side of, like, as you learn and building that momentum and the confidence that comes when you've seen agents who are like, okay, they get it now. They get what our debt-free life can do for people, how literally it pays it off in a ton of time, and how when they keep working that muscle, like how it helps them out.
Oh, it helps them out exponentially. I mean, I've seen agents here, especially Emily, Keith, Dela, that are constantly asking those questions, pivoting to that. If, you know, a client says something, it's, I hope that they are getting it when they hear me talking to the clients, because when I was riding along with Ruth, because I would reset to her all the time, I started to learn those questions. You know, I've started to not just learn the questions, but in the appointment, you know, I was keeping the main thing, but there were little triggers. You know, a client would say, you know, my mortgage is this, and I say, okay, what's your mortgage payment? Well, it's this, but I pay this because I'm trying to pay it off sooner, and I just write a note. You know, I wouldn't say anything at that time. I just write a note, continue on with the appointment, hopefully write the app. At the end of the app, then I'd say, look, client, you know, if I could show you a way to pay off your mortgage, you know, in half the time, 9 years or less, whatever that is, would you be interested in a quick 5-minute conversation? And they most likely would say yes. So, you know, and I can see from the people here that they are totally getting it, you know, and, you know, it's not an easy process, just so everybody knows. It can sometimes take a long time, but, you know, for the most part, hopefully with the Foresters Live Well, as we get people between the ages of 18 and 60 and they're healthy, we can get that process done a lot faster. But yeah.
Yeah. So it's, you know, so how do you learn more about this? Right? You learn more about it at conference, right? Listen, you're going to get sick of hearing about conference, and I don't care. because I know what it does and I know where it is, right? And I've watched what it can do. And here's again, I'm going to keep saying it, and I'm really excited about it. I was actually talking with Alex Dallin this morning about it. So with just the one we're doing, ours is going to be twice. But they've really, like, the top leaders in our company are really helping map this out this year. Like the path for a new agent for who's been here less than 90 days, we're going to have one for that. For the agent that's been here a year to 5 years, we're going to have that. For agents that are on agency owner run, if you're in an advanced market specialist, right? Like there's going to be really cool paths to walk down. And understand, it is the best of the best of the best at symmetry teaching. Like there is, like Dylan Crane's going to literally have his own breakout, right? Like if you're unaware, dude wrote $1.3 million in the last 12 months. He just finished his first year. He wrote $1.3 million his first year. So when people come to me and say, you can't do $1 million in a year, I just laugh at them. I go, you can, right? But do you want to spend $4,000 a week on leads to do it? Right? So, right. But if I told you, hey, you could spend $200,000 this year if you worked on your skill set and you could sell over $1 million, would you do it? Would you X6 extra money? That's really good ROI in case anybody's unaware. In case anybody's unaware, that's actually really, really good ROI. And it goes back to that, right? Like you can sell more, but what's your budget, right? Back to again, if your budget is $50 a week and you never work on raising it, yeah, you're going to have to put way more time in and make 500, 600, 700 calls a week on those leads. The whole goal is to get you up into digital leads, right? And A leads as quick as we can. That is the whole goal here. Okay. And things we have to do with that momentum, what else is going to help is we come to these calls, we come camera on and ready. Okay. Right. I literally last week, for the first time ever since I've been at this company, even with everything we've had happen, missed my first national call, my first one. Now, Grant Lieber was in the room next door giving it, and I was literally sitting next to Todd Spivey during it, and I was at a symmetry event, so I feel like it was a pretty cool excuse. That being said, that was the first one I've ever missed, right? Why do I go to all those? Because you got to touch home, right? You got to see this is where I'm going, right? Like I'm not just looking at agency owners. I'm looking at the agency director boards, the regional agency director boards. Like, okay, hey, this is where I want to help enough people to get them there because I want that momentum again to keep going, right? But it's there showing up, right? Like making sure we're getting to the trainings, coming, right? Like being ready because that's the example. We got to sit for each other. And I was on a call with Sarah Reinecke last Thursday, doing a call with her, and it was for building. And I brought this up, and she hadn't really heard me say this before, but you guys haven't. For those viewers, I want to say it, right? How do you know if you're committed to something, right? How do you know if you're committed to here? It is a very simple question for me. Would anybody be shocked if you left today or tomorrow, right? Would anybody be shocked? Would your family or friends, maybe you're brand new, but you've let your people in your life know, like, I'm committed to doing this. Would they be shocked if you left? Right? Like, ask yourself that question about yourself, right? Would anybody be surprised if I wasn't doing this tomorrow? Right? Would you guys all be shocked if Mel and I said, hey, we're quitting, we're walking away, we're not doing this tomorrow? Will we all be shocked? Right? I'd probably get a phone call or two, right? I'd probably get some people probably get on a plane and like fly to me because they figure something crazy was going on. And there's other people I've said that to. Like I would get on an airplane, right? Like if I got a phone call and like somebody told me that and I knew they were committed, I would think they were maybe kidnapped. I'm searching for like a safe word like avocado or something at that point, right? Like, like I'm trying to find that. But that's how you know, right? Like what? But it's because Mel and I are committed here. Ask yourself that question. Is your momentum matching your commitment? Right? Like, is it matching that? Right? Like, and if you can't really say yes, then it's not. Right? So again, how do we get there? Right? Relentless pursuit of personal growth. For those that are brand new, I've told you all, right? First couple months is the fire hose, right? I get it. There's, Cam said it earlier. Hey, I'm trying to figure this out. There's this site. I get it. It's a lot of info, right? And it takes some time to get through it. But if you work at it and you get a little bit better each day, it will make a heck of a difference, right? So as you're rolling through, take advantage of that, guys. And right, like, I want to like show everybody that we can do this. What I love about this is we can do this the right way. Here's the best part. Everybody on this call and everybody in our agency can be wildly successful, and it doesn't hurt anybody else, right? We're not at the snake pit where you're like, oh man, that guy stole a customer for me, or that guy did this, right? We all can build the biggest building in town here, and it does the opposite. It gets us more resources. It gets us more things, right? It gets us access to going down the road further. But are you willing to commit to that, right? Are you a secret agent, right? I'm gonna pick on Miss Walnetta again. Okay. Explain to people what a secret agent is and how long you were one.
Oh, well, a secret agent is somebody who doesn't tell your friends and family what you're doing. And I did that for several months because I had done a lot of things and I was like, I didn't want them to think, oh, here she goes again with something else. So yeah, don't be me because you'll miss out on opportunities. And I almost missed out on an opportunity with my own dad. We were talking on the phone and he said, I'm going to call, we have my sister's father-in-law is an agent, insurance agent, captive agent. And he says, I'm going to call because I need to get a policy, life insurance policy to just help your mom out. And I'm like, oh, by the way, Dad, I'm a licensed agent, a licensed agent. And he was like, oh my gosh, why didn't you tell us? And I'm like, I told him. But anyway, I got to write a policy on him and I was so happy. And then I let everybody know. And, you know, so don't be a secret agent. You never know what opportunities you're going to miss.
Right. Imagine, right? Like, imagine having the next superstar at this company, someone that just absolutely kills this, and this has happened here, okay? And they're in your phone right now, and you choose not to let everybody know what you're doing, and then they end up on someone else's team. That's literally happened here more than once, right? Like, that would like kill me. Like, that's the one that would like just absolutely like crush me, is like if I knew like I could have said something and I didn't. And I've done it. I've sent out over 100 like texts like, hey, how's everything been? I've been thinking about you. I'm doing this now. Hope you're doing good. Right? I'm not just, you don't know where people are. But here's the data we know. We know that 100 million Americans have admitted, these are the people that will just answer the survey, that they hate their career and they would change their job tomorrow because they hate going to work so much. 100 million, right? 100 million. A tenth of those, right? Think about what 1,000 people on your team would do, right? That's a real big agency, by the way, boys and girls. 1,000 people on your team. You need a tenth of a tenth, right? I don't need 1%, right? I need a tenth of that to like radically change numbers, right? Like, and listen, those are the people that are willing to admit it. Can we all like, right? Can we all agree here? We probably know at least a couple people in our lives that would change jobs tomorrow if they could, right? That would like, I would like quit doing this tomorrow if I could. Do we all know a bunch of those people? Yes. Right? Like I do, right? But a lot of us decide that like, hey, I'm a stay-at-home mom. That's my identity, right? I could have chose to say, hey, right? Like I'm the design build guy, right? I'm a landscape architect, right? Like that's what I do. I could have chose to stay down that path and not say anything, but that's just gonna like crush you if you do it. So again, I'm super excited for everybody. We got so much momentum going as a team. I'm incredibly proud of everyone. I mean every word I wrote this morning. So does Misty. So does Mel. So I'm gonna see if she got her hand up. I was literally about to pick on you. Awesome.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to raise the hand and I'm just not with it this morning. So yes, I wanted to really encourage you guys this week because I know everyone is at different parts of their own journey here, but we can all come together this week. So for those that don't know, this is our final week of AO. This is also an exciting week because it is Trevor's birthday this week. So make sure that you guys on Wednesday give him lots of birthday love. And in the meantime, set lots of appointments. So for those of you that don't know, about a year ago is when Trevor and I were actually introduced on a second interview. I was helping with the Summers team, and now a year later, we are here and we're at the final finish line. And I'm just so grateful because agency owner is really not something that you can do on your own. You can produce and you can get your commission raises, but to earn agency owner title, it really shows a group effort, and there's not one single individual that could make that happen. It's all of us. So even those of you that are still in licensing, let's just all make a final push, right? Like, do your dials, put your goals in front of you, not just the team goals, but your own personal goals. We're here, we've done it. You have people in front of you that are showing you the way and making it even easier. So take advantage of that. And even like I said, if you're in licensing, do a push to get your course done. If you're doing your Sure LC, you haven't done your app on yourself yet. That's a huge way that you can help our team make sure that we hit the goals that we have. So I just really want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for the effort and the teamwork that you guys have put in. For people like KB, Walnetta, Anna, those of you, even Emily, Keith, you guys are stepping it up in there for the new agents. And it just goes to show what this system can do with the right people in place. And I'm incredibly grateful. So good job, everybody. And let's just make this final push for AO birthday week. That's going to be the greatest present to Trevor, I can tell you. Is if we can just push together this week and make it happen. So congrats to everybody. Let's make it happen, make it a good week, and happy early birthday, Mr. Trevor.
Thank you. Yeah. That would be a great, I go help yourselves and write an app like that. That would be a great birthday present. Like go get some business. I will be happy for that. Go hire somebody, go tell somebody about this that maybe, are there and you haven't told yet, and say, hey, that opportunity is there. And then we're going to talk about this. Again, conference, there is a code for it. Right when you go to checkout, you got to use our code. Eric and his fiance are coming, Amanda and her husband, the boot wills. Miss Emily, Dave's coming, Miss Sandra, Allie's in, KB, Milancetta, Miss Tina, Walnetta. We know we got more Coloradans there, right? If you're in the Denver area, we hope we get there. We hope we get to see Mr. Willis there. I see him kind of sneaking in and out of the background there. So hopefully he gets to come. So for those that don't know, Keith's last name is Boutwell, but Scott really struggles with saying people's names correctly, like a lot. And so he calls him Bootwell all the time. So it's kind of stuck now. And that's,
I'm good
so
with it.
so if Scott doesn't say your name right, don't take it personally. Literally, Eiley Wood, who's been here 5 years, he still calls her Ailey. So again, don't take it personal. It's that's just not his cup of tea. So but yeah, I'm super excited to do there. Oh yeah, hey, Southwest is also having a sale right now on flights. Miller and S just got their tickets for like $130. Like something, right? It was like round trip, like round trip, like $130. They got Southwest got their summer sale going right now. So right, if you need a ticket, and look, one app you can pretty much get it paid for. So if you need to share a room with someone, we have a ride share room. Also she's kind of put it out there. She's in the room. Miss Tina has a house off site that is I know she is open if you're looking for a spot and need some help. She's said she's looking, but we have a rideshare Telegram room. But yeah, let's get there. I want to see you all get tickets. And don't forget again, how do we get there, right? Lead credit goes for this month. That's our thanks back on this AO run, right? And then road to conference, right? If you get 5 registered under you, you get your ticket back. You get 10, I'll take care of 2 nights at your hotel and your ticket back. So, yep. If you need any of that, let me know. But I'm super excited to help you. Stay tuned. There's going to be some flash contests later today. I'm working out the final details here, but we got a couple cool things for the end of the month, end of the quarter, end of the week. It's there. And with that, you know what that means. No cheating. We're not going to count anybody that puts it in right now on the Wonder Wheel. Nope. We're going to have a countdown. We're no more of the quick on the draw. Nice try, Miss Whitlock. So if you're brand new, we have a thing in Telegram on how you can earn your name onto the Wonder Wheel list. You'll win between a $25 and $50 gift. We're still waiting on my favorite one, Mr. Keith's, but it was a custom order and they assure me it's coming. So, all right. So the rule is you can put in how many times we're going to spin the wheel within a realistic number. Realistic. I'm not shuffling 72 times, but I'm going to count it down at 3, 2, 1. First one we're doing. 3, 2, 1. All right. First one I saw was Walnetta at 4. All right. Thank you for not being crazy. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Man, M's got her name on there a bunch. Keith's got her name on there a bunch. Oop. Oh, double winner, Mr. Bootwell. All right. I love it. So, hey, you get your name on there enough times, you got a good shot. I thought Dela had a shot there. It was close. We had a good mix there, but genuinely, I mean it. Thank you, everybody. I love all you guys. You guys make me want to be a better leader. You push me every day to want to grow more so I can help you. And I really appreciate all of your commitment. This would be a lot less fun without everybody that's here. So just know I'm super thankful for all of you and I really, really appreciate you. And if you need anything, call me, text me, smoke signal. You know, I will try to be there. I'm also going to be hustling the phones myself this week, a little extra, trying to get us across the finish line. So, if you need me, remember the brand new rule. If you have someone live, right, and you need help right then and there, double dial me, right? If you have someone live on a call and you're trying to close them, if I don't answer on the first one, immediately call me back. Otherwise, if I see your missed call, as soon as I'm available next, I'll get back to you. And we'll see you all in office hours. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.